Y'all ready for this shit? Let's go.
Everybody comes in your grandmother year. Everybody comes in your grandmother year. Everybody comes in your grandmother. Everybody comes in your grandmother year.
And by the way, you know, I sit on the stand and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They'd look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
They're coming all over the place. They weren't coming because they couldn't get in. Once they think they can get in, they're coming, and they are coming at levels that you haven't even seen yet.
It's not that they don't want to help. They don't know quite what to do. Play the radio. Make sure the television, make sure you have the record player on at night. The phone. Make sure the kids hear words.
They felt pretty comfortable after day two. Pretty comfortable after day two. Pretty comfortable after day two.
$7 million for reef fish management, $25 million to combat Asian carp, $2.5 million to count the number of amberjack fish in the Gulf of Mexico.
Exists.
And this is just the beginning of America First.
I liked beer. I still like beer. But I did not drink beer to the point of blacking out.
Everybody comes in your grandmother year. Everybody comes in your grandmother year.
Get your words straight, Jack.
No, seriously, hot sauce. I've been eating a lot of hot sauce, a lot of raw peppers and hot sauce.
They had a very bad original concept. It was carried out poorly, and the cover-up was one of the worst in the history of cover-ups. There's a bad deal, should have never been thought of. Somebody really messed up. They had the worst cover-up ever. And where it should have stopped is at the deal standpoint, when they thought about it. Because whoever thought of that idea, is in big trouble. And then they have cans of soup. And they throw the cans of soup. That's better than a brick because you can't throw a brick, it's too heavy. But a can of soup, you can really put some power into that, right? And then when they get caught, they say, no, this is soup from my family. They're so innocent. This is soup from my family. It's incredible. And you have people coming over with bags of soup, big bags of soup, and they lay it on the ground, and the anarchists take it and they start throwing it at our cops, at our police. And if it hits you, that's worse than a brick because it's got force. It's the perfect size. It's like made perfect. And when they get caught, they say, no, this is just soup for my family. And then the media says, this is just soup. These people are very, very innocent. They're innocent people.
Is this thing on? Is this thing on? Oh shit, I forgot. There's a webcam component to this. Oh my god. Hold the phone, folks. I forgot a webcam existed. Hold the fucking phone. Okay. Alright, folks. Alright, folks. Welcome to another episodic installation of Above It Motherfucking All. We got some water here. I'm gonna pour my water in my coffee. Shake it all up. Okay, alright, let me get comfortable. If I'm gonna be sitting here for a couple hours, I'm gonna get comfortable. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
They felt pretty comfortable after day 2.
I love the gender neutral pronoun there. Opens that clip up to so much more. Anyway, hopefully everyone's having a good day. Today, that's today, that is the current day. Why do I pour water in my coffee? Well, my coffee is black, and I don't feel like having 2 cups. So, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I'll just pour the water in my coffee. I mean, what is coffee anyway? It's water with caffeine in it and other, bullshit. Right? So, it's like, what's the difference between pouring water into your black coffee and just having less coffee grounds when you make coffee? Like, it's the same thing. Thank you for realizing you can't wear the same shirt 2 days in a row whilst being featured on national news. I've already done that. I'm sorry. I've already done that. I've worn the same shirt multiple times already. It's already happened. I'm sorry about that. I apologize. Hello, Katie. She's trying to hide her day drinking. I am not a day drinker. I had some alcohol. Not yesterday, but the day before. I was offered free alcohol, and so my bitch ass is like, free alcohol? Okay. So I get like 2 shots of vodka in me, and then like, I start wandering around like the protest area, and I'm thinking to myself, wait a second, I'm drunk. And it was really fun for about 2 hours, but then I sobered up, because I don't think I had eaten anything that day. So it hit me, but yeah, that's my scoop. It was a joke. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. I like slept totally naked last night. I was so sweaty. I took my clothes off and just like laid there. And so I just had to like put clothes back on before the stream started. I fucking slept so well. Motherfucker, I slept so well. My God, I have a weighted blanket now. Best decision. Like, you ever think about like where you are like in these current moments in time, right? And I'm thinking to myself, man, that decision I made, like split second decision. Oh, there's a weighted blanket on the shelf, and then I have a weighted blanket now. Like the amount of decision making that went into that is so, like, it's so incredible compared to like the amount of the boon that the weighted blanket has provided for my existence. It's incredible, I have to say. I would even go as far as to say,
Unbelievable.
that's what I would say. Give me a sec. Okay. Thank you for that link. I appreciate that. I'm glad I slept. I sure didn't since last night. Still catching up. I understand. Weighted blanket S tier. It's extremely good. Stay off the sugar and the sauce. Bring snacks. I do bring snacks. I have Quest bars and all that stuff. For me though, yesterday I didn't eat. I had like this coffee drink around lunchtime because, I've never had this like local coffee place, and people were like, you gotta try it. And I'm like, okay. So I tried it. And it was pretty good. It was like a sugar-free frappuccino or whatever. Like, they've got the, like, I don't know what the fuck they're called. I don't like do the specialty coffee. I just needed caffeine, right? I would have had, but outside of that, I didn't eat yesterday. And so around like the time I was walking home, after I had to run home, after the time I started walking home, I was like, man, I'm really fucking hungry. So I'm really fucking hungry. This is only 12 pounds of a weighted blanket, whereas I touched the wrong one. I don't even know. It's behind me. I might get a second one, to be honest. Oh no, I'm going through puberty. Oh, don't give me PTSD, please. The armed police force was about 2 to 3 times as big as Tuesday night and were a lot more grabby with protesters. Also told the media to leave, threaten them with a... Yeah, tonight's gonna get fucked. I'm really, I'm convinced that tonight's gonna get fucked. Like, I'm very convinced. I'm probably gonna stay... Like, okay, so let me... Before I get into, the recap and all that, I highly recommend watching the Status Quo live feed. They've been there for pretty much all the action. And also, like, I love lingering around the camera. I was all over that shit yesterday. I was giving some commentary, right? I had my own little on-screen appearance. I was all over that shit. I was providing some co-commentary. Jordan Sheridan's gonna have to cut me a check, motherfucker. No, I'm just kidding. So I would recommend watching that as well. But I plan on staying out later than I did today or yesterday. So the first day I left at curfew. The second day I left around 10:30. I might stay until midnight tonight. That's my plan. And again, if those plans look like they're unfeasible, I will get the fuck out of there. But that is my plan. My plan is to stay after the police leave tonight. So we'll see. I mean, if they start to arrest media, right, then I'm bolting. I'm getting the fuck out of there. Like, I've got an escape route. I've got, plans. I've got, I know how to get the fuck out of there. And so that's my plan. Now you can say it's a good plan. You could say it's not a good plan. You could say it's a bad plan. Like, some could say that. I mean, it's not a great plan. But it's a plan nonetheless. So that's going to be my plan. No, motherfucker. I am hardcore media. I am the mediaest of the media. I am so much media that the media doesn't even know how to keep up. I've been on here since day one. ABC wasn't here on day one. Wavy was here on day one, but fuck them. Spectrum wasn't here on day one. All those other motherfuckers. We got some motherfuckers like Status Quo coming in here trying to soak up my city's coverage. No, I'm just joking. I am very hardcore media. You talk too much about your plan. I did not say anything about my plan, to be honest. My plan is just to stay out late. That's my plan. Like, that's not, as far as I'm concerned, if I'm giving away too much information, then this whole live stream is giving away too much information. So I'm planning on recording more of the police. I don't think that's planning much. Like, as far as I'm concerned. But thank you for your worry. I understand what you're saying. But I try not to give away details outside. I don't know details. That's the thing. It's no one. Like, as far as details of, like, what things are planned and all that, I know nothing. And we just kind of decide the day of. And so that's kind of the idea. So, and if I'm not safe, I mean, I'm not safe. You know what? Like, that's one of the things that's like, if I do get arrested, it's going to suck. Right? It's going to really suck. If I get arrested, like, it's going to be really bad. It's going to be a really, really bad situation if I get arrested. But that being said, if it happens, it happens. I mean, like, if it happens, it fucking happens. I don't know what to tell you. I really don't know what to tell you. But if it like, I'm not gonna, like, maybe I shouldn't be carrying certain things with me, but, what are you gonna do? I don't know, man. What are you gonna do? Sometimes you just gotta carry stuff along for the ride, it's fun. But there is a river. I am willing to throw things in the river. if I'm pending arrest, I am willing to throw things into the river before they catch me. So I would prefer not to. I would prefer not to throw things in the river, but I might if I need to. What happened to Rev Curtis? I do not know. I believe everyone who was arrested the first day was released. I don't know about the second day yet. Y'all motherfuckers thought this was a lighthearted Jimmy Dore dunking and doom channel. Yeah, these motherfuckers came into this goddamn stream. I saw you on Status Coup. You make anarchy look good. Heart emoji, frog emoji. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I know I'm highly, highly, highly beautiful, and that any stream that captures me is automatically made better by my beauty. So I appreciate your words. But yeah, no, this is serious. I mean, there's like a good section of y'all that like did not understand. I'm not one of those streamers that says a bunch of bullshit and then streams. That's it. You know what I mean? And so I'm not I go out there and I actually do shit. And so I don't know. I don't know if people were expecting that. I don't know what people were expecting. But I have gotten a bunch of messages of people that are be safe and all that. It's I'm a new subscriber. Please be safe. And it's I've done this before. I've had to run from police before. Now, I mean, you never want to run from police, right? It's not good experience to have running from police. But, I have that experience. Max the doggy, you want to come up here? Max the dog! I have that experience. I ran a little bit last night. Yo, once I get into the recap, man, I'm going to get into the recap and then I'll tell you, what exactly happened. But Lord have motherfucking mercy. I love this dog, by the way. This dog is my best friend in the whole world. I apologize to anyone else that may be listening to the stream. You got leapfrogged. I apologize. But this dog, oh my God, he's so beautiful. I come home, man. And this motherfucking dog is laying in the living room staring at the front door. Now, I went in through the side door from my house, so I came up on this motherfucker, and then he turned around and saw me behind him. Because normally I come through the front door, but it was locked, right? So I was I'll just go through the side door. And so this motherfucker turns around and sees me and flips the fuck out. I'm just this is an amazing creature. I don't know what I've done or what I did, to deserve such a creature in my life, but goddamn, I love this creature. I love this fucking creature. MF's mansplaining to Andrea how to stay safe. Yeah, motherfuckers, I've been in more protests than y'all have been in combined. I guarantee you. Let me count. How many viewers do I have? How many viewers on that? I'm about to fucking own you bitches. 45 viewers. All right. Any of y'all ever been to violent protests? Anyone? Anyone? I swear to God, if someone says yes. Felix, you're French. You don't count. I swear to God, I've been to more protests. I've been to more violent protests than all of y'all combined, except for the Frenchies. And I just want to let you know, you don't need to worry about me. And first of all, now let me reorient that with, first of all, please worry about me. Please worry about me, because that feeds my narcissism. Second of all, after you worry about me, you need to make sure that you worry about me so much that you send me money on PayPal, because again, who knows what's going to be happening? Who knows what's going to be Top Damage Wizard is yeah, I've been to protests as the police. Now this motherfucker is hell yeah, I've been to protests. I had riot gear on. I was really prepared. These motherfuckers. I was not arrested, public domain. You're good. Anyway, so all of y'all said yes. Fuck you. You're lying. Anyway, my point is, I'll be fine. If I do get arrested, I'll be fine. If I do get charged, I'll be fine. It's just the way the world works. It's just, the planets are lining up and what happens. You know what I mean? I'm not too concerned over that. I mean, honestly, I think it's kind of cool. I mean, I'm just going to be honest. And that's not to say I'm going to try to get arrested on purpose. But Let's be honest. If I got arrested, that'd be pretty cool. Like, I'm just saying, I'm just throwing this out there. I'm just like, again, and I know that that's gonna, and I'm just,
That was an opinion of somebody, and that was a retweet. I'll put it out there. People can decide for themselves. I don't take a position.
So I'm just saying, it would be pretty cool to add that to my, like, hell yeah, I've been arrested sitting in the middle of the street. Like, I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to find a way to, like, pump my ego here. Like, I'm trying to find a way to make myself look cool, right? So maybe I'll get like a little tattoo, first arrest. I'm sorry. I love doing this shit. Like, I know y'all are freaking the fuck out because I'm like doing this so flippantly. And that's part of what's funny about this. Is that, like, I know that, like, some of y'all at least are genuinely horrified and concerned about my well-being. And I appreciate that. And I just want to say, like, that's amazing. But, like, I'm totally going to abuse and weaponize that worry for comedic purposes. And I apologize, but you know who I am. You know what kind of situation you got yourself into. But, I'm just saying, like, it's pretty funny. It's not fun sitting in jail. I got arrested at the Liberty Bell for MU. It's definitely not fun. Absolutely not fun. I've never sat in jail, but I've spoken to people who have. It's not fun, it seems. Used to go to protests in NYC with video cam to keep an eye. Yes, absolutely. After curfew, what I would do is just have my phone out almost at all times. I'd either have my phone out or I'd have my weed out, because, you gotta choose one. You have so many hands here. You can't have your phone out and your weed out because, like, what happens, so I have my phone out or my weed out after curfew. And so I had, like, the whole setup where I've got, like, the little battery stuffed in my pants, right, just stuffed right in there. And the cord was coming out, so I had, like, wires coming out of me. I was like a cyborg, man. It was crazy. Above it all, live from prison. Yeah, that's the only thing I'm worried about. If I get arrested, I'm not going to be able to do a show in the morning. Unless I do. Like, imagine I get released at, like, 8 a.m. or something, and then I run back home, right? And, like, I'm running home. I'm like, I got to get back for the show. And then, like, I get home, and it turns out, like, someone forgot to pay the light bill, and I have no electricity or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's, like, exactly what happened. 2004 Dem Convention. These motherfuckers are old, man. Jesus Christ. Anyway, no, I'm so sorry. Anyway, my point here is that I will be fine. I'm not gonna die. I mean, I could die. Not to, worry anyone. I could die. Like, it's totally possible that these motherfuckers, like, shoot real guns and go like, whoops, I thought they were fucking pepper balls, right? I could die. Like, it's possible. So I'm just throwing that out there. I could die. Use your one free call to host the show somehow. That's a great idea. I'll have someone fire up the stream and hold the phone, and then I'll do the show. And then, like, I'll, like, just do it until the cops tell me to go home. And by go home, I mean go to jail, because I'm in jail. Yeah, the trans-friendly cop. Yeah, I'm going to go point out, like, hey, do you like trans people? Are you going to molest me in the back of the car? Like, I love trans people. It's like, that's not a good response either. It's like, I love trans people is not a good response. I don't want that response. I don't want that I don't want to be in that situation. Pissing in a bottle in a divvy van is no fun. Run from the cops in state of kettle situations. Yes. Yeah, the situation with the curfew is they're definitely kettling people. But they seem not to be chasing people so much that are actually just walking away. So they're not... My main worry was that they would try to snatch stragglers. But it seems that they're not doing that. But again, they could do that tomorrow. I've been devising, like, every time I march, like, I'm paying attention to alleyways, I'm paying attention to the layouts of houses, right? And so, like, I definitely have been concocting routes of running away, from, police. And that's the other thing is police definitely have me on a list somewhere. Hello. But, I am as safe can be in these situations living in a fascist police state. By the way, folks, where's Joe Biden on this? Does anyone know where Joe Biden is? Anyone? Does anyone know where Joe Biden is? I don't know. FBI is apparently on the scene. Are they doing anything? Right? So I hate to be one of those people that's like Trump is, better than Biden. I hate to be one of those people. But I'm just saying. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm just, I'm just
retweet. That was an opinion of somebody, and that was a retweet. I'll put it out there. People can decide for themselves. I don't take a position. You're not like
the worst part about being arrested is going to be the name thing, man. Like, that's, like, the thing that I'm worried about the most. The worst part about being arrested is that, like, all mainstream media is going to, like, have, like, a name that is not mine, and they're going to print it as fact, and that's just going to be a very, very tough situation to deal with. That is my main concern. It's not being arrested with drugs or anything. That's not, fine, whatever, like, but, like, my main concern is just, being dead named on press. Am I going to be on Feldman today? I don't know. Ask Feldman. I'm down to go on a show anytime. So if Feldman wants to do another show, I'm down. I don't know about calling into the Majority Report. I don't know how good of an idea it is to have just like holding a phone while walking around at a protest for half an hour before they get to my call. You know what I mean? Like, if the Majority Report were to call me, and hey, I'm not saying that I'm worthy. I am, of course, but I'm not saying that I'm worthy of that, right? But, I don't, like, want to be standing at a protest screaming while listening for, like, fucking Matt or someone to, like, call out my area code and then miss it and then go, like, is this me? And then it's not me. I'm not dealing with that shit. Like, I'm just going to be honest. I'm just being honest. Like, if you want me to call into the Majority Report, I mean, that ship has sailed as far as I'm concerned. Because the protests have been getting out sooner and sooner and sooner. I mean, maybe I would if I'm still home. I might still be, I don't know, but that's probably not going to happen. I got on there once. That's fine for me. I don't need to go on again. Yo, I wish I had a 420 area code. I got 240 instead. Also, what's with the Majority Report doxing my area code? What's going on there? No, I'm just kidding. Oh my god. Alright, so I should probably get into the recap segment. Just get that over with. I don't know how long the stream is going to go on. I'm probably going to cut it after the recap segment, or relatively close to after that. Yo, motherfucker, is this photoshopped? Someone just sent me this. This looks photoshopped. There's no way there's no way you're going to tell me this is not photoshopped. I hate to be one of those people. I really hate to be one of those people, but this is photoshopped. What is this? Okay, seriously. What is this? What is this image? What is this? Does anyone know? This is not a real photograph, right? Like, what is that? What is going on here, man? I mean, I'm going to turn this into a segment. This is worthy. I haven't covered anything other than Elizabeth City in a while, but I mean, like, what is this? So the Democrats, like, posted this on Twitter. Now, this is not a real image. Like, I'm telling you this right now. This is not real. Like, I sound like a MAGA person right now, and I know that, right? But, like, I understand. I'm going to stop the steal any second. But, like, this is not real. Like, why is the microphone behind him? Why is he, like, looking off in, like, a weird area? What is this? Pelosi doesn't even look like she's looking at him. There's no way this is just a real photograph. There's no way. No, I was at a protest last night. I was, like, getting fucking fucked up by cops last night. I'm not watching Biden's speech. Why the fuck would I watch Biden's fucking speech? Like, Oh, I'm at a protest. Let me turn on Biden's speech. I'm not watching Biden's speech. I don't give a fuck. All right, but like someone sent me this and it's not a real photograph. It's not real. This isn't real. Like, that's not Pelosi's microphone because Pelosi's nowhere close. There's no way this isn't photoshopped. I'm a conspiracy theorist now. The words, I don't care about the words. The words are fine. The words are whatever. I'm talking about the photograph. The photograph is just like, the words are whatever. Like, I don't care. Virtue signaling garbage. They haven't done jack fucking shit for trans people. The Democrats are fucking garbage. Now, that's not to say that they're as bad as Republicans, of course. Republicans would have rolled the clock back. Democrats are going to keep the clock as it is. That's, as far as I'm concerned. But that's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about the fucking image quality. This is not real. It is an edited photo of the podium where he stands and his speech is lower. Okay, thank you, J. Dick. Thank you. There's no way. Someone send me this motherfucking speech. Y'all motherfuckers are out there telling me that shit is real. It's not real. Now someone in the chat is telling me it's edited. My conspiracy has been fed. This is how it happens, by the way. This is how it happens. Like, you say something that's outlandish, and then one person's like, you know what? I agree with that. And then it's over. Now I believe it fully. I believe it fully. I am now a full believer. So I'm gonna look this up. There's no way that this fucking shit is real. Like, it's just not real.
I have the high privilege.
No, it's not real. It's not real, you motherfuckers. It's not real. See, look, it's not real. Look, it's not real. See, it's not real. There's no way. There's no way it's not real, man. Justin Bailey is a Nazi. Might want to remove it. Okay. I mean, I'll take your word for it. Sure. Y'all have a good eye for that stuff. I'm gonna put the user into timeout. It's not the angle. Nope. This is not real. This is not a real photograph. I'm gonna like search for this photograph. Oh, Bernie, my man. What is that? What is he going on there? Is he building back better? Oh. What is that? Wait, come and take it. What is that? Is that a blunt? What is that? Is Ted Cruz having a blunt on his fucking mask? What is that? Come and take it. It looks like a fucking blunt. Why is Ted Cruz smoking weed in the fucking joint session of Congress? Yo, Biden looks senile in this photo. Like, I'm just saying, look at his mouth right now. Like, I'm not trying to be rude, but like, what is that? Like, what is going on here, man? Also, this is like okay, there's no way this photo is real though. Like, it just looks so weird. Like, it looks like, I don't know, maybe it's a different camera. Like, I find it hard to believe that that photo is real. Look, there's no one there. No one's watching Biden's speech. There were more people at the protest last night than in Biden's fucking speech. Like, I'm not, like, there's literally more people in my small town protest than watching Biden's dumbass speech. Who's this guy, by the way, in this, like, fucking getup, in this Halloween costume? It's like, good sir, I am here in my general costume. Like, what are you doing, man? Anyway, this shit is cringe. There's your little Biden segment. I haven't done a Biden segment in a while, so it's like, there's your Biden segment. Now it's onwards to the great news. I don't know, like, I just want to be honest, like, again, like, man, being a conspiracy theory shit is really fun. Like, I just love saying stupid shit, and then someone in the chat room's like, hell yeah, man, I see it too. It's like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like, what do you see? I'm just chatting shit here. I know come and take it refers to guns, but that's not a bullet. That was a fucking blunt, dude. That didn't look like a bullet. No one cares about this shit? Can I cuss? No, you can't cuss, Abner. You dumb motherfucker. You piece of shit asshole. No, you can't fucking curse. You dumb fuck. No, I'm just... Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Man. Yo, last night I ratioed the Elizabeth City Police. I want to, like, throw this out there. I'm going to start, like, you know. So last night, let me start off this segment. Last night, I ratioed the Elizabeth City Police Department. As you can see, 35 likes, 7 likes. Not good, folks. I mean, like, again, like, when it comes to the police department, I mean...
No good, really bad for you.
They're not sending their best, right? So I just want to say I did ratio these motherfuckers, right? So I got like a thread here somewhere. So I'm gonna like go over this thread, man. So anyway, I was at day 8 of the protests in Elizabeth City, marching for justice for Andrew Brown, a father of a significant amount of children who was murdered by a terrorist organization known as the Pasquotank Sheriff's Department. Yesterday, there was video released from a street camera that showed Al-Qaeda members on the back of a pickup truck with assault weapons. Now, I said machine guns yesterday, and someone said technically they're assault weapons, so I'm taking that criticism. Yes, they are assault weapons, and not necessarily machine guns. But either way, they're on the back of a pickup truck, about 4 armed terrorists, foreign combatants, running through my neighborhood in right next down the street from an elementary school, and just shot and killed someone. And the police were such bad shots. Now, I heard this from someone during a press conference. I heard that 40 shots were fired, 8 hit Andrew. That's what I heard. That could be untrue. That is speculation. Now, again, if the sheriff's office didn't want us to speculate, they would release official details in a clear fashion. But several of these bullets hit neighboring houses. So there were people just minding their own business, watching TV in the morning, eating breakfast, who had guns being shot into their houses. These aren't by gangsters. It's not by MS-13. It's not Black Lives Matter rioting and looting through the streets. It's the police shooting guns into elderly people's homes because they're trying to assassinate someone. And now, I want to postulate something for y'all. And I'm sorry that my voice is fucked up, man. If y'all were at the protest yesterday and you saw me, like, you know why my voice is fucked up. But there have been reports in police departments of police taking what they see as like an easy kill, right? Like they'll take someone who's got like, you know, a history of whatever, right? Someone with felonious charges, and they'll go in there with the intent to kill. And so that's the thing. There have been articles written about this. There have been documentaries created about this. This has been something that's been heavily featured in like the New York City police, the Los Angeles police, of people in policing just saying like, all right, you know, y'all haven't killed anyone yet. Let's go, you know, take this easy warrant. We'll make up a story later and we'll kill someone. That's kind of how police work, especially in small towns. So, and I also want to say, according to speculation, one of the officers involved was 26 years of age. So I totally would believe that someone my age just became a police officer, and then you got a bunch of people that say, hey, you haven't killed anyone yet, let's go in town and kill this guy, and then they go in town and kill that guy. Now, again, that's speculation. I have no proof of this. This is just based on what's been documented from other police departments. But that's what it looks like. When you look at all the footage that have been released, that's what it looks like. Is that these motherfuckers came in there with the intent to execute someone. And so the small town of Elizabeth City, North Carolina, population of around 18,000, has been putting on a historic level of peaceful protesting. And I want to say, like, me on a personal level, right, I do not necessarily put value on peaceful protesting. You know, I don't necessarily single that out as some sort of moral. You know, I don't think that peaceful protesters are better than certain kinds of other protesting. So I want to state that. But I do also want to say that our city has had a historic level of peaceful protesting. No one has been injured outside of being injured by the police. No one has been hurt. No one has even suggested that they were going to hurt other people. Anytime anything even remotely close to dangerous occurs at these protests, the crowd is immediately very concerned. You know, whenever someone drops like a water bottle, you have like 10 people going to try to pick it up for them. You know what I mean? And so I want to be very clear here. Again, this is a historic level of peaceful protesting happening in Elizabeth City. And you've got foreign outside agitators bust in from 250 miles away. SWAT officers from 250 miles away, outside agitators, are bust in to my small city to beat the fucking shit out of my neighbors and out of my family members. Why is that? Because the mayor of Elizabeth City is a dumb bitch. And she said that there should be a curfew because a couple of 12-year-old kids were throwing eggs. Right, now I want to remind everyone, when those 12-year-old kids were caught throwing eggs, and I think one of them did throw rocks, no one was hurt. Nothing was damaged. Right, but the crowd was immediately very, like, the crowd was immediately like, you got to go home right now. We're going to call your parents. Like, people are like, I know your mom. I'm calling, so they got kicked the fuck out immediately. But the mayor of Elizabeth City is a stupid, dumb fuck bitch. And she is working with, and I am not mincing words here, she is working with the police department to destroy the lives of the citizens of Elizabeth City. She is conspiring with the Elizabeth City Police Department to attack members of the community that voted for this dumb bitch mayor. And I want to be very clear that everyone on the city council who supports the curfew is doing the exact same. The police department over the first week of protesting claimed to be on our side. They are no longer on our side. And I want to make anyone who lives here, anyone who participates in these protests, understand that. The Elizabeth City Police are not our friends. Your brother who's on the force is not our friend. Your sister who's on the force is not our friend. Your dad who's on the force is not our friend. They are, by all definitions, our enemy. If you are to find any possible words in the English language to define battle lines in any capacity, not to say that this is a battle, but if you're to say make sides of, a conflict, the police are on the opposite side. They are not in the middle of the line. They don't have 1 foot on one line, on one side of the line, and 1 foot on the other. I don't give a fuck if they're your fucking stupid Aunt Sally. They are a traitor to the human population as a whole. And I want to be very clear about that. There is no good cop. Not your brother. Your brother's a piece of shit. Your mother's a piece of shit. And I know that it's hard to hear that. And I know that you might resent me for saying that. I have family members that are police officers. They're the most disgusting, abusive shit fuckers that I have ever met. Okay? So I want to be very, 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 very clear about that shit. So with that being said, let me go into the recap. So protests begin. There were a couple of press conferences beforehand, but protests begin at around 5 p.m. Around this video is taken around 5:30. Now again, this is day 8. This is day 8. We've been out here for a week. And they've only released 20 seconds of a video. Heavily redacted? No, motherfucker. Y'all gotta release the goddamn tape. And we're not releasing a blurred tape. We're not releasing, angle 1. We're not releasing only the director's commentary track. And, we're releasing the whole motherfucking tape. That's what's happening. Now, whether or not this tape is being released today, tomorrow, or 44 fucking days from now, that's up to y'all. But that tape is going to be fucking released, plain and simple. And so we were out here protesting, and so this is the first of my clips. Actually, I had like another interaction with a cop. Let me show this. I had when I was walking into town during the press conferences, I had this really fun interaction with police, and I love to troll police. You might know this. I love to troll police. I troll police for a living, to be honest, because I get paid for this. So I'm trolling the hell out of police. So I walk by a police line, right? And I ask them, where are all the cool kids over there? And then the police look at me and go I guess, right? And they're all very clearly offended. And then some like 20-year-old cop says that they like my shirt and they try to like, like do that whole thing. This is the shirt I was wearing at the time. I was wearing my Toy Story shirt, as you can see, right? I'm rocking the Toy Story. Now I don't know why they chose to say that, but I thought that was very adorable. And I still want to say, whoever that cop is, go fuck yourself. I hope you have nightmares every day of your life, and you're a garbage scumbag, dumb fuck, motherfucker of a human being, and I hope that your life is nothing but miserable. You are awful, you are disgusting, and you do not deserve to have the power that you have. So with that being said, let's get on with the protest. So we started around 5:30. So as you can see, we're marching through downtown. We start... there's this coffee shop here called Muddy Waters. I had a drink there yesterday at around before the march started, because it was right next to the meetup. So I'm like, I'll try a little coffee there. Yo man, that motherfucking coffee, it was good, and I was sugar free, like Frappellini, fucking Alfredo, whatever the fuck it was, right? Like I don't know what the fuck they called them. I had one, it was amazing, right? So I'm just throwing that out there. Shout outs to Muddy Waters. So we passed by there. And so, we pass by that place and we go to, once again, I want to remind everyone, in Elizabeth City, we have like 2 roads, and one of them has all the chain restaurants. One of them is like where all the people who are too afraid to like cook every day go to get their McDonald's. So like, we all blocked that shit. We shut that motherfucking shit down. And so like, this is what's approaching. So as you can see, we continue to shut shit down. Now the police presence, I want to say, this is the first day. This is day 8. Yesterday was day 8. The first day after the curfew. And so I want to say again, the Elizabeth City Police Department is not our friend. Right now, a lot of people were saying they were very protective of protesters, making sure traffic. They were not doing that yesterday, right? They were not doing that. The Elizabeth City Police was not protecting protesters at all. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, they multiple times left multiple lanes of traffic open, right? We had multiple Trump aggressors with big cars and trucks threaten to run us down. And so again, the police aren't doing their job, right? Again, I don't care if we are protesting the police. That doesn't fucking matter, right? If I walk into a grocery store and tell a shelf stocker that, like, they're stinky and I hate them, does that mean all of a sudden they can't stock the shelves anymore? Does that mean all of a sudden they get to say, well, I'm putting down my bottles of barbecue sauce and tomato sauce, I can't do this anymore? No, it means they have to do their fucking job. That's what that means. When you have a job, right? What you do is you perform that job and you get paid for that job. So when your job is to protect and to serve, and you don't protect and you don't serve, guess what, motherfucker? You don't deserve a paid vacation. Right? So I'm throwing that out there. So there were multiple times where they just left blatant lanes of traffic open, and we had multiple interactions with Trumpers and trucks. And so as you can tell, the crowd's pretty big here. And as you can tell, like, again, there's like, a bunch of, like, we had someone drive like through here at some point, and then like, police like corralled them. But like, again, they're like, if you compare my footage, from like day 1, day 2, day 3 to day 8, you're going to see a lot less of a police presence, from then until now. So I'm just throwing that out there, is that like, things are getting crazy out here. And so we take a break in this intersection. Now I just want to say there's a lot of people from out of town that are here, and I don't necessarily have any qualms with them. But there's also like just the energy is really high. People are tired, people are exhausted, and people are angry, and people are not going to motherfucking sleep. People are not going to motherfucking people are not going home. They're not going to sleep. They're out there and they're protesting the motherfucking government, right? Because that's what people actually do. Like, when people, like, go out there and they say all this bullshit, they go out there and they go, like, I'm a tough guy. I'm a tough man. That's right. I got, come and take my guns. I got 18 guns waiting for Biden to send his cops in there to take my guns. Right? Those are the same they think they're hard. They think that they're cool kids. They think that they're badass motherfuckers. No. Everyone who's out here protesting the government when cops are threatening to kill them, these are the badass motherfuckers. These are the real heroes. These are the real American motherfucking heroes, right? Not the dumb fucking Duck Dynasty looking motherfucker who's got 18 Confederate fucking, guns in his memorial fucking back fucking basement bedroom, right? We're not talking about that stupid prick who goes on Facebook and talks about how black people are running through the streets. That guy is a loser. He's a cuck. He's a beta male. He's a fucking idiot, right? Anyone with the bravery to go out there and to protest the government for 8 days straight. And hey, maybe I'm a little narcissistic. Maybe I'm biased, right? But these motherfuckers are amazing. Everyone who's been out there since day one is amazing. Everyone who continues to come out, even if they weren't out since day one, is amazing. And these are the people that are going to change the fucking world. So I'm just saying that. Not these motherfucking people, the Confederate fucking, gift shop collection, right? These people, like, they're LARPers, they're losers, they're beta males. These people that post on internet, like, chat rooms, like, they're tough guys, like, oh, I support the cops, ha ha ha, I hope the cops beat you. Like, okay, what are you doing? Are you going out there and doing anything? No, you're just a loser sitting in your bedroom. So, so around this time, the Elizabeth City Police Department starts threatening arrest at around 7:20ish. Actually, what is the timestamp here? 7:41. Yeah, my video, my signal was a little shit. So like sometimes, like it's around 7:25 to 7:30. Sometimes the videos take a little bit long. As you can see, I'm sitting in the street, and I think I got the audio.
You may be arrested or subject to other police action. You must leave the area.
All right, so as you can say, they're doing the whole bullshit. Now, I want to remind everyone, I guess this isn't a reminder for those of you that don't know, but they keep reading out this message that are saying you're going to get arrested for sitting or laying in a highway, right? Yet, they're still arresting people on the sidewalk. Right, okay, so now again, if you want to come up with a reason to arrest people, great. So when you're going out there with your message, maybe your message should be you are out violating curfew or something. No, your message is you should not be laying on a public highway. But if people are on the sidewalk, why are they getting arrested? What? Right? So the cops can't even follow their own rules. It's a little embarrassing. And I'm going to be honest, it's a little embarrassing. So, but no one gives a fuck. No one gives a fuck. So we all start to march through downtown, as you can tell. Some of this has audio, some of it doesn't, but no one gives a fuck. We all just keep going. And so we're going through some residential neighborhoods, and one of the things I like about going through residential neighborhoods is that, often people chant, get out of your house and get into the street, right? And then you see, like, the white people that are sitting on their porch, like, on their Facebook live feed, going like, oh, look, it's the black people, they're on my street. And then you see, like, everyone else who's normal and who has, like, actual social, like, skills in any capacity, like, jumping out their house, like, hopping over their fucking porch railing and, like, getting into the street and clapping and chanting, right? So it's just amazing. So this is, like, again, like, 10 minutes before curfew. People are getting out of their houses and they're joining the march. The crowd is getting big and we are marching, motherfucker. So it's pretty cool. So there you go. So once again, we're marching 5 minutes before curfew, and then curfew hits. We're at the sheriff's department, and this is where people decide whether or not they want to leave. But the crowd is still continuing to grow. At this point, the crowd doesn't start to dwindle until like the riot police like start to show up. And so like that's peace! No justice! No peace! So yeah, people are they're still going in. The cops are, at this point surrounding the sheriff's department. But then everyone, like, and one of the things I like about these protests is they're very democratic and they're very, communistic in that, like, whenever people are, thinking about making decisions, like, where should we march? What should we do next? like they huddle into a group and they talk about it, and everyone's allowed to get their opinions across, and people come over to, you know, do what they think is the best decision. And that's one thing I appreciate. So people decided to march down to the bridge, and this is now at this point 16 minutes after curfew. And again, it gets dark really quick. Like, it gets dark. Like, at this point, you can see almost anything, right? And it's like, okay. And then 60 minutes after curfew, it's like, oh shit, where'd the sun go? And then 20 minutes after curfew, it's like, fuck, right? So there's a bunch of motherfucking cops out here. And I think I do a little commentary because I was bored. I was also like really, like, I want to be honest with y'all, I was like really high. So like I'm doing some commentary in these videos.
And as you can tell, I'm all screamed out for right now. And yeah, the cops are lining up.
I don't know if you can hear me, man. Am I audible?
And there they are right now. So as you can tell, the Elizabeth City Police Department is not a fan of our peaceful protest. And so I will be here exercising my First Amendment under the United States Constitution. And yeah, so I'll be fine. Don't worry about me if you're one to worry.
So now I just want to be very clear with y'all. I will tell people not to worry, even though I myself am worried. That's just something I do. So at this point, I am very worried. Like, I am very worried, right? But I'm telling people not to worry because I'm getting messages. Like, people are sending me DM after DM after DM. People are sending me messages on Discord. People are texting me, "Are you okay? Get the fuck out of there." I'm like, bitch, bitch, bitch. First of all, I'm not okay. I'm definitely not okay. Second of all, I'm still here and you're not going to change my mind. Third of all, look at my Twitter updates. And so that's what's going on.
And cop cars, as you can see, they got something going on. They got a snatch and grab van right there.
They got so many of these like unmarked SUVs and like big fucking like white minivans. It's crazy. I also want to say this, that there was a Trumper that pepper sprayed someone walking into a protest at some point today. I don't think that was ever followed up on. I'm not sure, but that did happen at some point, like around like 4-ish, before the marches started at around 5. People like walking toward the protest meetup area, where someone was pepper sprayed by someone in a Trumper who like rolled down their window and just like maced someone. So yeah, the Trumpers they're not happy. So now listen to this. I don't know if you can hear it, but again, they're doing this laying in a highway bullshit. Bitch, motherfucker, I'm on the sidewalk, man. I'm on the motherfucking sidewalk. I've got hiccups.
Sitting or lying upon a highway or street is prohibited. If you do not disperse immediately, you will be arrested.
So apparently they don't know about sidewalks. But either way, they are still announcing that the curfew is in effect. And as you can tell, no one gives a fuck. So we'll see how this goes.
So yeah, people had their cars up here and were like playing music over the radio. And that was pretty cool. And so like, and the cops are just chilling. Now here's the thing. I want to be very explicit. The curfew is an agitation tactic. The protests have been breaking up at around 10 to 11 every day before the curfew is initiated. Every day. So if the curfew, let's say the curfew is 11 p.m. All right, folks, go home, right? You know, we're going to make sure everyone gets home at night. You know, it's dark. You know, there's a lot of people, you know, everyone go home at 11. Okay, if the cops and the mayor decided on an 11 o'clock curfew, now me personally, fuck that curfew. I'm an adult. I'm not a child, right? Me personally, fuck that curfew. But I wouldn't necessarily view it as an outright agitation tactic. Now, I want to be very clear about that. An 8 p.m. curfew, on the other hand, is an agitation tactic. There is no alternative reading. There is no, but they gotta keep people safe. What? What? They tackled people. They beat the shit out of people. They threatened to attack press. But they're keeping people safe. They're my protectors. I'm so brave. I need Big Daddy government to protect me. Right? I'm sorry, man. Right? These motherfuckers, they're not here to protect you, right? But again, they didn't really line up at all until around 10:30, 11. So, like, in effect, the curfew is 11, right? But again, they're doing these threats. And again, how much money? Millions of dollars are being wasted on this every day. Millions. They are bussing in outside agitators from 250 miles away. Millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions. Probably like at least $10 million has been wasted at this point by the state of North Carolina. Where's Democratic Governor Roy Cooper, by the way? Where is he? Oh, right. He's out there saying the tape should be released, but not calling off the fucking terrorists that are occupying our city. What's the point of having a Democratic governor? Where's Joe Biden on all this? Has Joe Biden even mentioned Andrew Brown? Does he care? Anyone? Anyone know? Because this is worse than anything I saw under the Trump administration. Right, again, I want to be very clear that this is a fully peaceful crowd. No one has been violent at this crowd. No one. This isn't a situation where there's rioters and looters, which, again, I'm not against rioters and looters. People have their own forms of protest, and they are willing and I think perfectly capable of protesting in any way that they see fit for any cause that they are affected by. But again, I want to enunciate that this is a very peaceful crowd. There has been no violence. There's been no threat of violence. There's been no suggestion of violence that has any serious theme in it to it. And so the idea that they're going to bus in, spend tens of millions of dollars trying to kill their own citizens. Where's Joe Biden? It's on CNN. This shit's all over CNN. I got on ABC. I got on mainstream media talking about Andrew Brown. Where's Joe Biden? Just throwing that out there. It's weird. Super strange. Super fucking strange. Anyway, so that's 30 minutes after curfew.
Cops are coming in. They're moving.
So these are where cops start to make like more of a perimeter. Yo, motherfucker, I am sneezing like a motherfucker, man. Holy shit. I am very aware of Strom Thurmond and Joe Biden's relationship, Sophia. Yeah, I mean, I know Joe Biden's garbage. Like, I'm doing the whole thing here. Man, holy fuck.
They're about to attempt to start boxing people in, it seems. As you can tell, no one gives a fuck.
Alright, so yeah, no one cares. I'm sneezing. I'm so sorry. Yo, I have a hole in my fucking shirt. Oh my god. Whoa. That's crazy. Loser sitting in my bedroom but stoned. That's me. I was sitting in the middle of the street stoned. So that was me yesterday. Who watches The Watchmen? I was sitting in the middle of that motherfucking bridge. I was puffing a motherfucking way, man. Yo, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna lie. One of the main reasons I left was because I was way too high to handle the police. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, when I saw the police starting to line up, I was like, man, I'm way too high for this. Like, I gotta get out of here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and that's not to say I have a problem. And I will definitely not get that high tonight. But man, I was fucking smoking a lot of weed last night, man. And when I saw those cops, I freaked the fuck out. But anyway, 50 minutes after curfew, let's see what's going on.
They come out here and they try to arrest you over, see?
So I can see some lights blinking off of the bridge, which makes me believe that whole side of the bridge is like occupied significantly. So
now I want to say I was afraid to go up on that bridge, right? You don't want to like walk up on that bridge and then get shot in the head by a sniper. You know what I mean? Like, and that's a serious possibility. So I saw the lights. I'm fucking afraid, man. I'm not gonna lie. Thank you for the 10-pound super chat. About time you got some money. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. Ick. Whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying. You've been there. You've had people try to pronounce your name before. You know what I'm trying to do here. But thank you.
That's a thing. Doesn't seem like there's any cops over there. There were last night.
Yeah, that didn't last long, by the way. This whatever I'm saying right here did not last long.
So they're probably down the block that way. Probably also further down there. So they definitely have us boxed in. But no one really gives a fuck.
So yeah, as you can see, the crowd remains pretty strong. So now we're about an hour and a half or so past curfew. Here's another update. Being sober helps you keep calm when they rush the crowd. I disagree with that. I'm gonna be honest. I disagree with that. I'm way too anxious for that shit. I need a certain level of drugs in my system to be able to handle, like, riot police with guns. Like, I'm just gonna be honest right now. I could not handle that sober. I could not handle that motherfucking sober. Andrew Chang, I am not a liberal or a conservative, but I have to ask a real question. Why are you saying ACAB when you were supposed to be a tolerant party? What? Tolerant party? ACAB? What? Andrew, who the fuck are you talking to? Are you talking to me? I am a tolerant party? You're gonna have to convert that to English, please. Thank you. I'm sorry. That I can't understand.
Carolina General Statute. North Carolina General Statute. And lying upon a highway or street is prohibited.
So again, you can hear them talk about, you know, lying on a street is strictly prohibited, but everyone's on the sidewalk. Like, okay, what? So yeah, these motherfuckers are going in. So I'm sitting in the middle of the street as cops start lining up here. And I'm really stoned at this point. Like, I'm really high. And so, I'm gonna take a fucking selfie at a protest. You know, I'm gonna do that. It's a bad decision. But, you know, I did it anyway. And so, hour and 45-minute update.
If you do not disperse immediately, you will.
So again, what's the point of having an 8 p.m. curfew if you're not gonna do shit for 2 hours? Now, that's my point. Is again, people have been dispersing naturally at around 10 to 11. Okay. So if you want to institute an 11 o'clock curfew, I disagree with it, right? I disagree. I'm an adult. I'm not a child, right? I disagree with a curfew at all. However, if you want to have an 11 o'clock curfew, right, when most people are asleep by that point, and your curfew is about, like, escorting people to their homes safely, because again, I want to be very, very, very fucking clear. If the point of a curfew was to keep people safe, they have got buses, they've got thousands of soldiers in our city. They could give us all a personal ride to our homes if they wanted to, but they choose not to. They choose to instead beat the fucking shit out of teenagers. That's what they choose to do, and that is why I say all cops are bastards. If a curfew was about making sure people got home safe, they wouldn't do this stupid, dumb fuck shit. Andrew Chang in the chat, you are no different than a rock that I stepped on at a protest yesterday. Go fuck yourself, you stupid, dumb fuck bitch. Alright, so let's go on.
Arrested.
We'll see what happens. So yeah, I'm just sitting here, man. I'm fine, so don't worry about me. You know, I'll dip when it's appropriate to dip, and I know when it is appropriate to dip. I'm gonna poke my nose again. Please bear with me. And so, you know, don't worry about me. I'm good. And yeah, so we're just sitting in here in the middle of the street.
Yeah, like again, I hate that I usually try to ignore the chat during these sound segments, right? But these dumb motherfuckers, cops on trucks with fucking assault weapons, rode into my neighborhood and killed someone that lives down the motherfucking street from me. And this stupid, dumb fuck, bitch face whore is going to come into my fucking chat room. They're not on Facebook talking about shit to their stupid, dumb fuck family members and friends. They're coming into my fucking chat room to tell me that terrorists with machine gun or assault rifles coming into my fucking neighborhood to kill my fucking neighbor is okay, actually. No, it's not okay, you stupid, dumb fuck bitch. And if you support police presence like this, you are no different than a fucking Trump supporter, you dumb bird brain cocksucker. And I say that with all due respect to cocksuckers, as I am myself a cocksucker. But I'm talking about this motherfucking guy sucking cock, and not in the good way. It's not in the good way, and to be very explicit, so let's continue.
And I'm just like, at this point, I'm just like, you know, I'm just talking. I got nothing to do. But yeah, there you go. There you go.
So as you can tell, I'm really high in this video. I'm like very high. Now apparently the bridge was being cleared for a medical emergency. That never happened. I don't know. That just never happened. They said it was, but it never happened. Anyway, so this is where buses start coming in. Buses. Yo, they've got motherfucking school buses! They've got motherfucking school buses. They have school buses. Like, again, if curfew is about keeping people safe, if curfew, right, is about, oh, we've got to make sure everyone gets home on time. All right, you got buses. You got buses. You want to get everyone on the bus and go drop everyone off? No, you don't. You want to beat the shit out of people and then take them to jail.
Okay, so they got some big buses, as you can see. And they got the motherfuckers. There's some troops coming. About to play some Call of Duty up in here. Alright. Alright, let's see what happens. They're on all sides of us, by the way. I don't know if they're on that side, but they're on all sides of us.
There was a bus like that.
On that side, yep.
Some recorded. I heard them do the same recording from over there, even though no one was there. So.
Yep. And it looks like there's something up there too. So.
Now I want to be very clear. I've got fucked up eyesight, right? So when I'm looking, right, in this direction, right, like I can't see shit. I can't see shit. I just see blue. I just see blue just everywhere, just all over the fucking place.
I'll be fine. I hope.
Right, narrator. I was fine. This is, if you're wondering who was talking here, that's Ford Fisher, who's also been here since yesterday. There's a smudge on my glass. I'm sure there is. And so now I started recording, unfortunately, right after this, but they threatened to use less lethal munitions, and they threatened tear gas. And then I started recording that right afterward.
These are your final warnings. Please leave the area.
So these people have just threatened to use less lethal munitions. They're coming for us. And so there's your update. I don't know what I'm going to do. And
yeah, so there you go. And so I went home. I just did so people knew I was going home. I did some updates. But yeah, so that's basically what happened yesterday. Now, I want to open up Status Quo's feed real quick, because I want to show y'all what happened after I fucking left. And I left at, the fucking perfect time, because after I fucking left. By the way, by the way, I'm pretty cool. I had my little segment on Status Quo. There you go, right? There's some people in the chat. Hello, I see you. You see me. Hello. Right, but I want to, skim here to when the police show up. So I leave probably around this point. And again, reminder to watch Status Quo, by the way, because, I'm going to be honest, I had a lot of fun just, kind of, chatting shit and, just kind of chilling in the background. And, people kept telling me that they enjoyed my commentary on Status Quo. So, again, Jordan Sheridan, I'm waiting on my paycheck. No, I'm just kidding. So, around this time, the riot police show up, and I get the fuck out of there. So, I want to be very clear. I got the fuck out of there around this time. When I saw the buses and the riot police, I was like, you know what? I'm going to get the fuck out of there. So, I want to look for a section. So if you see down here, I go this way because I see the least amount of police presence this way in this direction. And so now, as you can see, there's a building right here, right? And there's a building way back in the distance, right? That's across the street. Now you might see a car over here. I'm trying to give you the layout here. And so there is a street, right, that this car is parked on the opposite side of where this building is, right? So there's this building. There's an empty little lot, just pavement, right? Then there's a street, then there is this car, and then there is that building. Now, so I cut across the pavement behind this building and by this street. And I had riot police on a fucking loudspeaker say, hands up on the sidewalk. I'm literally, so they say, disperse, please disperse. And as I am dispersing, these motherfuckers say, hands up, get on the sidewalk, because I'm walking, through the pavement to cut a corner to save, 4 seconds on my walk home. Right? And so, I didn't have my phone out. I took my hands up, right? And I started running. I just bolted. I got the fuck out of there. I'm done. They're either going to chase me or they're not going to chase me. I power walk until I get to that building, and then I start running. I'm gone. I'm fuck me, right? So, these motherfuckers got on a loudspeaker to tell me to get on the motherfucking sidewalk. And again, I wasn't on the street. I wasn't on the motherfucking street. Dude, I wasn't on the motherfucking street. I was on a little pavement area that's connected to the sidewalk right now. Again, so here's one street, Here's the other street. It creates like, the corner, right? Now the pavement is this area right here. This is the pavement, right? I was walking like a diagonal to try to get home to save a few seconds. Save a few motherfucking seconds, and these motherfuckers like threaten to kill me over that shit. And that's what I accept that is. If someone on a loudspeaker is telling me to do shit, or what are you gonna do? Kill me, right? So like, as far as I understand, the or what there is not good, right? So these motherfuckers are threatening me because I'm trying to save 2 seconds on my walk home. I get the fuck out of there. So I want to be very clear about that. So this is around when I leave. And then the riot police show up, and it gets bad. It gets really bad.
I hope y'all know this. Y'all good? Y'all even got the females doing this shit.
So again, I just want to shout out to Status Coup. I've been having a lot of fun talking to John from Status Coup, when when there's downtime. He's pretty cool. And they've been doing some good footage, and I would highly recommend watching like 2:30 to 3:30. If you've got an hour, if you want to watch on like 5 or 2x speed or something, this is important information, and I wasn't there for it because, and I'm considering staying this time. I'm not sure. But either way, shit gets real. Shit gets real fast here. Now again, I want to remind everyone, these are not human beings. I want to remind everyone, this is not a human being. This is a toy soldier. This is not a human being. This is not a human being. This is not a human being. These are not humans. And now a lot of people get very concerned with that rhetoric, and I understand your concern. But my concern is that these motherfuckers are in my city. They killed my neighbor, and they're trying to kill me. That's my concern. So if you are more concerned with my rhetoric about whether or not a cop is really a person versus the cops going in and like shooting and killing people for fun, I'm going to be honest, man. Like, what the hell's going on there? Right? So, like, this whole thing is just a disaster. And I want to remind everyone, these people don't live here. These people don't fucking live here. They were bussed in from nearly 300 miles away. They were bussed in from across the state. Where's Roy Cooper? Where's our governor trying to prevent this and uphold civil liberties? Where's the president of the United States trying to prevent this and uphold civil liberties? These motherfuckers threaten to beat the shit out of press. So these are not people. These are not people by any stretch of the imagination. If you want to stretch the imagination so thin that it snaps in half, you wouldn't be able to find an excuse to call these people humans. So they start tackling people.
Nobody has a weapon. Lower your weapon. Don't get behind us. It's a safety risk. What's that? Keep pushing. You can't get behind us. Keep pushing. Innocent people.
There's a part where they stormed. I don't know where this is in the VOD. I think it was like slightly before this. There was a part where they stormed someone. Maybe it was after. I don't know. I'm trying to find it. Here it is. Here it is.
To think they brought y'all from miles away to put on riot gear for people that have been peacefully protesting the death of their brother, the death of their uncle, the death of their father.
Now, I want to remind everyone that the speaker here is powerful and, of course, beautiful and amazing and righteous. But again, you cannot and you will not appeal to the humanity of a police officer. They are not humans. And I need you to understand. These motherfuckers will kill you and not even know your name a week later. They will end your life and forget who you are. They are not people. You cannot appeal to them as people. They are not people. So they start coming in.
That's crazy.
For what reason? Oh, you think so?
What is she being arrested for?
This is my property.
Now, again, I want to remind everyone, not a human. Not a human. Not a human. These are essentially, like, when you go into, like, what actually matters, like, the actual outcomes, these are cyborgs These are robots. These are AIs programmed to kill you and to kill your hopes, to kill your dreams, and to kill your freedoms. This is unconstitutional. A curfew is unconstitutional. There is no constitutional way that you can defend a curfew. It is impossible. To arrest someone for speech is impossible under the United States Constitution. Do they care? Nope.
So why are you taking it? Hey, yo, why y'all surrounding her like that, yo? Okay.
Unfortunately, their feed started cutting out here, but they start tackling people.
Get off me, bitch! Get off me!
Unfortunately, again, the feed started.
Get off me! Get off me! Get off me!
But again, I need to stress this. Not a person, not a person, not a person, not a person, definitely a person, not a person, not a person, not a person. These are not human beings. You need to understand. You need to understand. They are not people. People look at their neighbor and they smile and say hello. People do not look at their neighbor and get their gun and threaten to kill them. Plain and simple. They are not citizens of this country. They are not civilians of this country. They are not anyone, like they have no identification whatsoever as far as I'm concerned. People are willing to use rhetoric like illegal alien when it comes to immigrants. No, motherfucker. These are the illegal fucking aliens. These are the aliens. If there was a like, you know, the movie / book Invasion of the Body Snatchers, right? That's basically what we're living in, right? If aliens were to occupy our country or to our world, right, they would try to become leaders, right? So let's say aliens start making, like, they start possessing all the presidents start buffing up all the police force, they bring in their alien friends, and they start becoming police. That's what this is. These are aliens. These are not human beings. They should not be treated as human beings. And again, I understand that people get very uncomfortable with this rhetoric, but I don't care. You need to understand, these motherfuckers drove up with a pickup truck and shot and killed someone on my street. Like, not on my street, but down the street. It was a 5-minute walk from me, right? These motherfuckers shot into a school zone, into random people's houses. They are not like us. Now, whether or not you want to say they're technically human because of their DNA or whatever, fine. If you want to be like the fucking biological scientist on that one, sure, whatever. But my counterpoint is, who the fuck are you trying to, like, win a spelling bee? Are you trying to fucking ace a pop quiz? You're not impressing anybody when you say, well, technically, if you look at their DNA, like, no, like, they're, duh, motherfucker, they've got human DNA. But my point here is, on a societal level, we cannot accept this. This is unacceptable. Unacceptable. Reverend Suchkind, sorry, but I'm a real reverend. Humanizing people is vile. I understand your position, Reverend, but this is unacceptable. And again, I get you're a reverend. I'm not a religious person. I honestly don't like religion because I feel that religion is a muzzle that is put on people to prevent them from speaking truth to power. Now, that is my opinion. You may agree with me and you may use your platform, in a way that I would agree with, and that's amazing, and I hope you do. But I need you to understand, I am a white person. I am relatively lucky when it comes to my police interactions, right? I have seen these cops abuse people in my neighborhood for the past week, right? I have heard stories. I have spoken to people who have told me stories of these cops attacking these people, abusing these people over the course of years, of decades that have lived here, right? If you cannot if you want to say that these people can be saved, all right, I'll listen to that conversation. We have ex-cops that are in my chat room. I don't mind ex-cops, right? If you want to say that these people can, become humans once again, be saved, that's fine. I'm open to that conversation. But if you are actively on duty serving as a police officer, you are not a human being for all intents and purposes. For like the realistic effects at the end of the day, right? You are not a person. Like, what is the difference between a traffic light and a police officer? Well, one of them is going to shoot and kill your brother. That's the difference. And it's not the traffic light. It's not the robot that shoots and kills your brother. It's the fucking human. So that's my point here. I'm not trying to say that, we should fucking, like, genocide all police. That's not my point of dehumanizing them. My point is that these people are choosing a life that puts them in a position where they reject their humanity, they reject their participation in society, and they choose to be bullies. They choose to kill. They choose to murder. They choose to maim. They choose to harass, and they choose to ruin people's lives. These are not, again, for all intents and purposes, these are not civilians. These are not citizens. These are not members of a society. This is an occupational military force, right? This is, again, and I don't mean to make this comparison lightly, and I understand that, like, people can take this the wrong way. But again, why do we hate the Nazis so much? Why do people in history, all throughout history, say, yep, the Nazis are the bad guys? Because of shit like this. Because of fucking shit like this. That is why Nazis are bad. Because they round people up, they kill them en masse. And that is what cops do in the United States of America. I want to remind everyone that up until the 1960s, states like North Carolina actively, 1960s, not 1940s, not 1930s, 1960s, up until the 1960s, states like North Carolina actively participated in eugenics. They sterilized black women and black men. They sterilized them in order for them to apply for government subsidies. They would have black women and black men lose their ability to reproduce in order to afford government subsidies in the state of North fucking Carolina, right? So these motherfuckers are Nazis. They are not humans. They are not people. They are not members of a society. They have rejected their role in society, and they have chosen a side. They have chosen the side of hatred. They have chosen the side of genocide. They have chosen the side of war. They have chosen the side of murder, and they relish that side. They love it. They enjoy it. It's fun for them to kill people. They think it's a game. So, again, and I'm not mad at anyone. I understand why you'd get upset at my rhetoric. I get it. Okay, I understand. Yes, I dehumanize these people. Yes, and they deserve it. They fucking deserve it. Because these are the motherfuckers that have been dehumanizing queer people, people of color, all kinds of people for fucking centuries. For motherfucking centuries, since the dawn of hierarchies, these motherfuckers have been trying to dehumanize us. So as far as I'm concerned, cry me a motherfucking river. If you want to save a cop and baptize them or whatever the fuck you do, that's fine. Have fun with that. That is your role. That is not my role. My role is to speak truth to motherfucking power, right? That is my role. I am not mincing words here. I am not, like, trying to go on CNN and be professional and have, like, my nuance to take. This is my personal podcast where I give my personal opinion. And I'm not trying to be upset. This is an angry topic and I get upset and I get heated and I'm passionate, okay? This is my podcast. This is my opinion. This is how I act. These are not human beings. These are Nazis. There is no difference between the motherfucking Nazis that committed a genocide in Europe and these people, except for the stage in which they are in. Again, I want to remind everyone, they literally sterilized black women and black men up until the 1960s and then some in the state of North Carolina. These motherfuckers are crazy. And these are the grandkids, or even in some capacities, the kids of the motherfuckers that would sterilize black people in the state of North Carolina. So maybe I have a little bit of patience, right? Maybe a little bit of patience. But I have very, very little patience for people that, like, will try to tell me about, but the cop. Oh, how does the cop feel on their way? I don't give a fuck how the cop feels on their way home. If the cop on the way, if they like clock out and then get fucking hit by a car and then tumble into an ocean and then, like, the fucking tide goes in and they fucking get lost in the ocean for 6 days and a shark eats their fucking leg, I don't give a fuck about that. I wouldn't shed a tear. I wouldn't even give a fuck to even mention it outside of the fashion that I would laugh at that motherfucker, because I hope that they enjoyed what they have been committing on other people for so long. Fuck the police. All my homies hate the police. These motherfuckers have got to go. This is a military occupation of a small town. There are more motherfucking cops in my motherfucking city than there are motherfucking residents at this motherfucking point. And that pisses me the fuck off. Anyway, so that's the end of my segment. Let me, again, John from Status Quo is amazing. He was heckling these people the whole time. So I want to say, shout outs to that. There's some, really, again, the buses. They have fucking buses here. School bus. How many millions and millions? I know, I'm triggered again. Millions and millions of dollars are being fucking wasted on this garbage. This fucking garbage. Millions, tens of fucking millions of fucking dollars is being wasted on this fucking trash. This dumpster sludge garbage. What about the potholes? What about the homeless people? What about fucking people at the food bank, right? What about people that can't fucking feed their kids? What about people that lost their houses because of a fucking pandemic? And these motherfuckers are gonna waste dozens of millions of dollars laughing in our faces with it? No, motherfucker. I don't think so. Fuck the fucking police. I'm done with that shit. I gotta turn this off because I'm hot, I'm sweaty, I'm gonna cry, right? But again, I really need y'all to understand. I'm not fucking around here when I say this. Now, I know there's a lot of people that do YouTube shows. I understand, right? And they say a lot of things and they might not mean them. I am not one of those people. I have been protesting day one. You can fucking hear my voice. It's not functional because I've been screaming my fucking face off since day fucking one of this goddamn protest, and I am not gonna stop until they make me, okay? And I'm not gonna hurt anyone. I am a peaceful citizen. Do I look like I'm capable of hurting anyone? Look at my fucking scrawny arms. I look like a freak. I'm a literal freak. I'm a vegetarian, motherfucker. I'm not gonna hurt anybody, right? But if these motherfuckers lay a hand on me, if these and it's on camera, if that shit's on camera and these motherfuckers lay a goddamn motherfucking hand on me, they're going to feel the wrath of God. And I don't even fucking believe in God. In fact, I'm not just an atheist. I'm an anti-theist. But I'm going to become an anti-theist for this one, because they will fear the wrath of God like no God ever before. They will fucking cry their arms, and I don't know why I said arms. They will cry their eyes out when I am done with these motherfuckers. I will make it my life fucking goal to make sure that if any one of these pig motherfuckers lays a hand on me, I will make it my life goal to cause them pain and suffering on an emotional level for the rest of their fucking lives. Anyway, now that I've successfully gotten myself on every list under the sun, that is the end of my segment. Thank you for listening. I'm gonna fucking, Jesus Christ, I need to calm down. It is hot, man. It is fucking hot. I need to turn my fucking air conditioner on, man. Yo, one of y'all in the chat said that you are living in Elizabeth City. Whoever you are, if you're still listening, I read your message, but I didn't respond because I was doing that whole thing. Feel free to DM me on Twitter, Discord, or send me an email. I'm pretty close to just making my phone number public, but that's such a bad idea. I might just, I don't know. I might just get a second phone, for protests, but Anyway, feel free to contact me if you want to, need info or anything later. That kind of stuff. But yeah, I'll see y'all today if you're out there and that kind of stuff. Again, I want to remind everyone, I don't get super chats for another 4 weeks. If you do, again, I'm going to be honest with y'all. These protests are this shit is going to get, very out of hand very soon. And thank you, Bob, for the PayPal money. A protest and a Gobble speedrun? I'm working on it. Shit's gonna get really fucking out of hand very, very soon. And so like, I mean, and I hate being this person, and it makes me uncomfortable, like on a literal level. And I hate being this person. But again, if you want to support me in any capacity, I've been out there since day one. I'm going to be out there until the protests stop. I will be the last person out there if I need to be. And so as a result, you know, again, things could happen. I could break my leg. Anything can happen. And I want to remind everyone that anything can happen. And so if you do want to support me so that if something does happen, that I am less anxious over how to deal with it, feel free to do so. I would appreciate that significantly. Get a dumb phone for protest. Leave your smartphone at home. Cops in big cities. I understand. Yes, I understand that. One of my things is I would need, if I were to do that, I would need to get a separate camera, and I would need, like, because I'm not going to go to a protest without documenting it. At least in my hometown. That's what I would do if I were to live in a city. Like when I lived in DC, I didn't need to document protests, right? There's so many people there, so many documentation. I have no need to do anything. I live in a small town. I live here. I want people to recognize me. I want people to come up and say hello to me. I'm not going to hide my identity in the town that I live in. I'm not going to be afraid to walk around the city that I live in. I'm just not going to do that. Can you use Google Voice over Signal? I don't know if you can do that over Signal. I would need something that is compatible with Signal, so let me know if Google Voice is compatible with Signal. Because if it's not, it's useless to me. We have to eat and live. There's no shame in making money you're forced to ask. I understand. I know. It's just, you know, it makes me uncomfortable. But again, I mean, like, fucking John on Status Coup, like, every 30 seconds, it's like, give us money, become a member. I'm like, bro, give me some of that money. I mean, like, goddamn, man. Like, you're coming to my city and you're not going to give me some of that fucking sweet YouTube bucks? Come on. Is Google, like, I know how to use Google Voice, but is it compatible with Signal? That's my only question. Google Voice is something I'm very familiar with. You can put Signal on your PC and laptop. That is very convenient for me when I'm in the middle of the streets protesting, I imagine. I know, I'm not trying to be a bitch. I'm just saying, like, I'm not about to get a new phone number and use it on unencrypted channels. Like, I'm just not that kind of person. But anyway, thank you all for watching. Oh my god, I have so many fucking messages for. I just want to say, there's a lot of people that have found the stream over the last couple of week, I guess. Man, I am, like, whenever this shit is over, I'm going to have one hell of an existential stream. I'm going to let you know, man, this has been a fever dream. The last year, my lord, the last week of my life. I mean, the last year for all, I mean, you know, for real. But, like, oh my, like, I feel like I am in nonstop movie. I'm in an action movie, and there is no commercial break, motherfucker. That's what I feel like. But anyway, again, I appreciate everyone for watching. I definitely tune into Status Coup because I'm definitely going to be harassing, their audio feed. I'm going to be polluting their audio feed as much as I possibly can. So definitely tune in if you want some, if you want some Easter eggs. Anyway, I'll figure some more stuff out later. Thank you for watching. Y'all have a good one. I hate to be short here, but man, it's a little late and I gotta get ready. I gotta pee, man. I just, thank you. I love every single one of you. You're all amazing. And I know that right now I can't be as attentive as I want to be. Please understand that, like, whenever this phase of my life is over, and I don't know when that's going to be. It could be a month from now. It could be 3 months from now. It could be a year from now. Whenever this phase of my life is over, or it normalizes to a point where I can integrate more conversations with y'all, I will be happy to do so. But until then, please understand that I'm stretching myself extremely thin, both mentally, physically, emotionally. And I appreciate all the kind messages. And, if you want to reach out, I'll try to respond. If I can't, it's not because I think you're ugly. I mean, it might be, but, like, it's most likely because I just don't have the energy to respond at that moment. But again, thank you for watching. I appreciate everything. And I'll see you again very, very soon. Take a look at my Twitter. Stay tuned to Status Coup. And I'll be there, and you'll see me. And that'll be that. Thank you, Menu Frog, for the Australian $1.99 super chat. Thank you, thank you. Okay, no, that's it. That's over. Thank you. It's over. It's done. It's done. Turn it off. Turn it off.
Well, you have to understand, the first time I ever heard of Black Lives Matter, they were chanting, pigs in a blanket, talking about police. Pigs, talking about our police. Pigs in a blanket, fry them like bacon. And then they have cans of soup. And they throw the cans of soup. That's better than a brick because you can't throw a brick, it's too heavy. But a can of soup, you can really put some power into that, right? And then when they get caught, they say, no, this is soup from my family. They're so innocent. This is soup from my family. It's incredible. And you have people coming over with bags of soup, big bags of soup, and they lay it on the ground, and the anarchists take it and they start throwing it at our cops, at our police. And if it hits you, that's worse than a brick because it's got force. It's the perfect size. It's like made perfect. And when they get caught, they say, no, this is just soup from my family. And then the media says, this is just soup. These people are very, very innocent. They're innocent people.
But I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black. But I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
Everybody comes in your grandmother. 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 Bad deal. Should have never been thought of.
No, seriously, hot sauce. I've been eating a lot of hot sauce, a lot of raw peppers and hot sauce.
I liked beer. I still like beer. But I did not drink beer to the point of blacking out.
As far as my relationships with all people, I think I have great relationships with all people. I am the least racist person in this room. Everybody comes in your grandmother. Everybody comes in your grandmother. Everybody comes in your grandmother. We've ended the war on American energy. We were in war. And we've ended the war on beautiful, clean coal, one of our great natural resources.
I gotta go. Let me respond. There's a lot to respond to here. Let's get something straight. You shouldn't be disappointed. What I've done so far is more than anybody else has done this far. Okay? Number one. Number two, I mean what I say when I say it. I mean what I say when I say it. I'm the only person who's ever run on 3 platforms that I was told could not possibly win the election, and I never ceased from it. One was, we hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by the you know the thing. But I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black. And by the way, you know, I sit on the stand and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They'd look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap.
And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
But you have to go home now. We have to have peace. We have to have law and order. We have to respect our great people in law and order.